Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Libra July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, first thing up is as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 23rd, so the 10th house is well be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's career, reputation, public image, the dominant parent, which is often the father, success, authority, attaining a position of authority, perhaps one's stature in life, social media, social networking, notoriety, recognition. And given that this is Cancerian energy, this may be done with a lot of tenacity, a lot of dedication, devotion, and diligence. It could be done also too, especially matters with the dominant parent, a lot of protective energy, a lot of sympathetic, really with a lot of empathy, and also a lot of nurturing energy at this time. And given that this is, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on a rather temperamental or moody dominant parent, or maybe somebody that may be prominent in your career, or it could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that simply embodies Cancerian characteristics. And given that you're talking about the Sun and the 10th house being emphasized and highlighted, this could be a time where a dominant male figure in your life, could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies those traits, might figure more strongly in your career, your notoriety, recognition, your stature in life, more so than usual at this time. Anyway, next thing, well, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 23rd until the 31st, so the 11th house will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on friends, acquaintances, goals, aspirations, groups, clubs, organizations, one's future, humanitarian endeavors, social media, social networking, stepchildren, even if applicable, and even money obtained from business if you do have that. Given this is Leo energy, this may be done with a lot of pride, a lot of dignity, even ferocity in some cases, a lot of generosity, also with a lot of confidence and self-assuredness at this time as well. But there may be some extravagance involved in it, especially perhaps matters with friends, with acquaintances, and also a lot of this energy may be done with a lot of fortitude and a lot of courage and a lot of good-natured energy as well. So that could be especially good if you're involved in some kind of humanitarian endeavors, because it's always good to bring a sunny disposition and good-natured energy into those kind of endeavors anyway. Next thing up, there will be a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd, so the 10th house as well will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. While you're talking about a new moon solar eclipse, this could be something where something very monumental could occur, life-altering, connected with a Cancerian type career. Could it be something, maybe it could be something with cultivation, gardening, catering, something where you're working as a historian, something with laundry or doing food, something with food such as restaurant work, or even like a job being flippant in this, maybe doing homeland security, but it could also be doing something like with home renovation, repair, siding, roofing, real estate. And this could be something that could be very life altering. It could be a change or transition from something that you had done for a rather sustained period. Now, it could also be about tenaciously pursuing maybe a greater stature in life. If you've been somewhat stagnant or dormant in terms of where you are in your life, it might be that time where you might make that life-altering decision to try to make a change as far as that goes. And also, too, solar eclipses can often be about the departure of, it could be given it's a solar eclipse, could be of a dominant male that was in your life. It could be of a dominant Cancerian male person. It could have been an authority figure or somebody that was prominent in your public image. Sometimes it could be the dominant parent, which is often the father in some cases, since we are talking about the 10th house. And again, it could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits. Now, it could also be a time too where you might begin a supervisory role, perhaps doing something Cancerian related, such as like a manager of a restaurant, or maybe a landlord of some property, some apartment complex, or anything that could, or maybe a owner of some kind of, or manager of a laundry outlet, anything that could, or a real estate firm. This could be something where that could be Cancerian, where you're over something that could be Cancerian related at this time. And it could be very life altering, and also maybe the start of receiving really tenaciously pursuing again a greater stature in life and trying to attain greater recognition at this time. And it could also be a time too where you might begin, maybe it could be the start of showing more empathy, or maybe where you have to be somewhat of a caregiver to a dominant parent or someone that's prominent in your career at this time. And it could be life altering, because this could be something where it could be a form of some kind of, a little bit of a distraction to some degree, and taking you away from other things. And it could be, again, it could be something that could be very monumental and life altering, and something that will be maybe done for a sustained period. Well, next thing up, there will be a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 16th. So the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, when we're talking about lunar eclipses in astrology, this could be the departure, in this case, of a dominant Capricorn female. It could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. It could be somebody that you felt close to home with, a prominent home or family member, somebody that that you may have known, maybe was even in a fourth house profession, such as something with real estate or the home, or some kind of cooking position. This could be something too where, and it could be, again, it could be a home or family member as well. It could also be a time where maybe you're talking about full moons, and this being a lunar eclipse, it could be something of a very great revelation or unveiling. It could be a self-revelation where you become very cognizant, maybe of something that was very inhibiting or restricting or limiting in your home and family life, that maybe it could, for example, could have had something to do with you being overly pessimistic or cynical, and maybe it was a lot of self-sabotage. And maybe this is the time where you become more consciously aware of this. It could also be too, again, it could be about an unveiling. It could be about the unveiling of maybe something depressing connected with your ancestry, or something where really at this time, remember, the fourth house could be about who you are at the core. It could also be about a revelation about something where that maybe you're more responsible, disciplined, have stronger business acumen, somebody that be very consistent, and really and finding these things out at the core, more so than maybe you were cognizant of at an earlier point in time. And this could be very life altering, and understanding this as far as where you might go in terms of your future. It could also be a time too where this could be the ending or completion or culmination of some kind of business that might have been run out of the home, or something Capricorn related, such as something with accounting or information technology, or some just general business, or anything that could be Capricorn related. It could be a time where this might, or even dentistry, something Capricorn related. It might be a time where you find a completion to this. And again, you're talking about lunar eclipses and astrology, full moons, that endings can often signify some kind of beginning in some capacity. So anyway. Well, next thing up, Mercury will be in Leo as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 19th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself doing some boasting and bragging, perhaps about things you've done for friends, from acquaintances, maybe matters in attaining goals and aspirations. You might find yourself dominating conversations more with 11th house people. Remember that Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Leo traits that might figure more prominently in your goals, your aspirations, your future, maybe matters with social media, social networking. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, Mercury can also be about neighbors. This could be about very domineering, arrogant neighbors, in some cases, know-it-all neighbors that think they know what you should do for your future or your goals, your aspirations, the friends you should be involved with. It could also be where you're thinking with a lot of self-assuredness and confidence regarding the future. And also creative writing might actually play a role in terms of your goals, your aspirations at this time, and maybe talking about Leo goals and aspirations, such as something with acting or cardiology, entertainment, golf, sports, anything, and working in a circus, anything that could be Leo related at this time. And also too, I mean, when you're talking about Leo energy, this could sometimes be about, trying to be maybe smarter than you actually are, or come across as that. It could be speaking with greater diction and sounding eloquent, maybe to appear more smarter than you are to your friends, to your acquaintances, even stepchildren, if applicable. Anyway, next thing up, Mercury will be in Cancer as far as July goes, from the 19th until the 31st. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this, and it will be retrograde. At this time, you might be talking about maybe past hurts regarding your reputation and public image. It's a lot of contemplative energy, and it's going to be more reviewing regarding 10th house matters in terms of what you've done to attain a certain stature in life, maybe situations with the dominant parent, which is often the father. You might be thinking more about safety and security for your future at this time, and also, and maybe in terms of your public image, your reputation. Now, could also be that Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian traits that might figure more prominently in perhaps your notoriety, your recognition, helping you maybe attain a greater stature in life, your social status, matters with your career at this time. And you might be more at this time, you might be contemplating a family business, could be a possibility, but you might be more sensitive to criticism and ridicule regarding matters in terms of where you are in your stature in life, your social status, where you are in a career related matter. So those are some things to look at as far as this goes. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Venus will be in Gemini as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 3rd. So at this time, the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, if you're unattached Libra, you may connect with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini traits. It could be something where this person might play a role in your philosophy or your religion. It might be someone you meet at a religious congregation or college, university. You might also be doing something too where you're spending perhaps at this time, it could be spending money perhaps on a Gemini type higher education course. It could be something with data or satellite communications, auto, refrigeration mechanics, journalism, anything that could be Gemini related, and also maybe spending money as fast as you earn it on 9th house people, such as in-laws, grandchildren at this time. Be careful too that Gemini energy could be very vicarious as well. So make sure you're not just enjoying living vicariously through others' achievements as far as higher education, publishing, doing things connected with traveling at this time. And a lot of this, of course, could be predicated and dependent on aspects as makes the points in your chart. An adverse aspect to Neptune might actually really increase that propensity for that fantasizing about those things, and you might be living through someone else's achievements as opposed to actually doing something in connection with them. And also it could be about spending money on manifold college courses at this time as well, and also valuing a lot of animation, variety, versatility, adaptability, cheerfulness, and even dexterity in matters with ninth house related people such as in-laws, grandchildren, doing things connected, really just maybe with helping foreigners, things you might be doing at some religious congregation. So anyway, last but not least, Venus will be in Cancer as far as July goes from the 3rd until the 18th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, this could be about making money at this time through some kind of Cancerian career vocation. It could be something with laundry, culinary work, home remodeling, renovation, working as a historian, anything that could be connected with collectibles, anything with water, such as maybe marine biology or oceanography, swimming, being a lifeguard, I should say. Could also be about valuing tenacity, dedication, devotion, diligence, care, and unequivocal love, perhaps in matters with the dominant parent, which is often the father, people prominent in your career at this time. And also, too, this could be about if you're unattached this time, Libra, you may connect with a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits that might figure more prominently in your career, your stature in life, your public image, your reputation, maybe even helping you attain a position of authority and greater success in your life at this time. And also, it could be about spending money in terms of safety and security in matters connected with the dominant parent at this time, or even somehow this might relate to something related to your career as well at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Libra July 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Libra July 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.